Welcome to HTC's IgnitionWeb tutorials. Today we are going to look at how to create a promotional mailing campaign using IgnitionWeb's Mailing List Manager. Mailing List Manager is a powerful module within the IgnitionWeb platform designed to simplify and substitute traditional direct marketing strategies. Develop subscriber lists, organize and brand message presentations, and facilitate logistics, all through this easy-to-use manager. Creating attractive and effective direct marketing collateral with Mailing List Manager is simple. In this tutorial, we are going to go over the basics of Mailing List Manager, including how to create a mailing campaign and messages. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be creating a Christmas mailing campaign using WOW, the IgnitionWeb demo site. I'm going to get started with my Christmas mailing campaign by going into Mailing List Manager and clicking on Messages. This will bring me to a listing of all my existing campaigns. All the messages I create with Mailing List Manager must be organized into campaigns. Categorizing messages into campaigns facilitates administrator organization and allows for default bookmarks and templates to be assigned for related promotions. By selecting Add New Campaign, I can create a new campaign for our Christmas promotion. First, I need to title my Christmas campaign. Now, I'll provide a short description. I have created a Christmas template that I will use as a default. If you want to learn how to create your own mailing template, check out HTC's tutorial on Mailing List Manager's Template Creator. I have also created a recipient bookmark that I will use as a default. If you want to learn how to create your own recipient bookmarks, check out HTC's tutorial on managing subscribers and recipients. When you're done, click Submit. My new campaign is now present in the campaign listing. With my Christmas campaign created, I can start creating promotional messages to send to my subscribers by clicking on the campaign name from within the listing and then clicking on Create New Message. Creating a message is a three-step process. Step 1 is where I select my message recipients. My Christmas bookmark is already assigned as a default. If I want to add some other bookmarks, I could do so by clicking on Show Bookmarks and selecting the bookmarks I would like to add from the list. I'm going to be creating an English message, so beside language preferences, I will select the English filter. This message isn't intended for administrators, so beside profile options, I'm going to select the subscribers and members filter. Some users can be filtered at a lower level by clicking Show Filters. Below, I can see my total number of matching recipients. Now that I've got my message recipients selected, it's time for Step 2. Step 2 is where I compose my message content. My email and sender name are specified by default, but can be edited if you like. I'm going to add Christmas Welcome as my subject. I'm going to be using IgnitionWeb's standard rich text editor to compose my message, but advanced users have the freedom of using HTML by selecting that message type. Users with pre-composed messages can also upload from a zip file. I set the Christmas template as my default, but if I wanted to use an alternate template, I could specify that here. The last thing to select before composing my message is whether or not to use personalized text. I'm going to select first name so that IgnitionWeb automatically addresses subscribers by their first name at the beginning of the message. Now I can enter my message content. Before I move on to Step 3, I'll add an attachment by clicking Add and selecting the file from within Media Center browser. I can then move on to Step 3. Step 3 is where I can preview and confirm my message for distribution. I can start by reviewing my bookmarks and message criteria and changing the number of filters if needed. I can review the total number of recipients in a detailed list. By using the date and time selector, I can specify exactly when I want my messages to be sent. I'm going to send mine at 8 a.m. on Christmas morning. I can then designate my message priority. Messages with a high priority may be displayed more prominently depending on the recipient's email client. Selecting Yes beside Collect Statistics for this message will allow IgnitionWeb to collect valuable metrics from recipients after the message is sent. By viewing the archived message, you'll be able to analyze key feedback such as unique views and recipients that clicked. Finally, I preview my email to ensure that everything is as I want it. Make sure your text and images are spaced the way you want. Everything looks great. Next, I'm going to send myself a test email to ensure the message is presented accurately. If you are happy with the result of your test, the last step is to add the message to the queue to be sent out on Christmas Day. I now have my first message created and queued inside my Christmas campaign, ready to be submitted. From here, I can view, duplicate, or unqueue the message. If I had more messages in my campaign, I can filter my view by selecting a message state in the top right corner. Messages that have already been sent will be listed as archived. Now that you have a good overview of how to create a promotional campaign using Mailing List Manager, try creating your own campaign and adding your own messages. This concludes HTC's tutorial on IgnitionWeb's Mailing List Manager's message creation. We hope that you have learned a lot and encourage you to check out HTC's other IgnitionWeb tutorials so that you can become an IgnitionWeb master.